So in this video, I would like to introduce you to searching using ortholog groups in the different virus families. And this is available for the Flaviviridae, Togaviridae, and Bunyavirales, as well as several other families. And how we do these ortholog groups differs. But just to show you an example, I'm going to hop into the Togaviridae family here and go to under search data. I'm going to click on ortholog groups. And basically what orthologs are, if you're not already familiar, they are protein homologs that have become separated by speciation events. And we've basically grouped together these proteins based on both sequence and functional similarity into these ortholog groups. So if you're interested in comparing proteins in multiple taxonomic groups and exploring the evolutionary history of a group of proteins that you're studying, this tool can be really useful for that kind of comparative analysis. So most ortholog groups are confined to a small taxonomic group, which can vary from subspecies to a genus or even an entire family for highly conserved proteins. And individual ortholog groups can contain anywhere from 1 to more than 2,000 proteins, depending on what exactly you're looking at. So once I'm here, I can either choose to view all ortholog groups, or I can click on an ortholog group name and put that in if I already am familiar with it. Or I can just put in the functional name of the protein, whether I'm interested in a protease or helicase or an envelope protein, or I can just put in the protein name of what I'm interested in. For now, I'm going to just click on View All Ortholog Groups because we're just browsing. You can also select the type of virus that you're interested in. For example, you can open up this genus tab, and let's say you're interested only in chikungunya virus, you can click on Select All. In this case, I'm just going to select everything because we're just looking. And I'm going to click Search, and this gives me a list of the different ortholog groups. And this table's columns are organized by an ortholog group name, which kind of gives you an idea of what the protein is and what its function is. For example, a capsid protein, which is also functions as a serine protease, or let's say a phosphoesterase or an RNA helicase. It shows you the total number of proteins that are available in this database. It shows you the molecule type, whether it's a polyprotein or a mature protein that's been cleaved from a larger polyprotein. It shows you the gene symbol, and it also gives you the taxonomic span. In this case, it's not that interesting because most of these groups are restricted to alpha viruses, which are all related. So I'm going to show you another example of how to you can look at this in the Flaviviridae family, which are a larger family and a lot more diverse. So you can go to the Flaviviridae page and you do the same thing, go to search data, click on ortholog groups, and we're going to just take a look at everything. So right now there's about 50 different ortholog groups here. If you're interested in how we compute these ortholog groups, you can find some of the documentation here. So right now we're in the process of making strict ortholog groups for pox viruses and coronaviruses, but these are not yet available for flaviviruses. So right now, our ortholog grouping is based on OrthoMCL, and if you're interested in how that's done or just want to read up more about it, you can just click there and it'll take you to the OrthoMCL database page, and you can click on About OrthoMCL to find out a little bit more about how these ortholog groups are computed. So going back to the ViPR page, we're going to just leave everything as it is and click on Search just so we can browse through the different ortholog groups. And this gives us our results, and as you can see, there's a lot more diversity in these groups. Again, you have the ortholog group name, the total number of proteins, whether it's a mature peptide or mature protein or protein itself or polyprotein that's being looked at, the gene symbol, and what's most interesting to me, the taxonomic span. So if you look over here in this column, this group of proteins is only found in the Flavivirus genus of the Flaviviridae family, whereas this core protein is restricted to Hepaciviruses, so only Hep C viruses. And so let's say you're interested in looking at the different proteins that are available for flaviviruses in the core protein family. So you just click on the total number of proteins and it displays to you the individual records. And as you can see, they're shared among many different species of Flaviviridae, including West Nile virus, the different types of encephalitis viruses, dengue virus, and you can sort these by virus name if you're interested in what else they can be found in: Yokose virus, yellow fever virus, West Nile. And what's nice about the ViPR resource is that we really try to integrate the bioinformatic tools into the search results as well for easy analysis. So you can just click on a subset of these proteins or all of them if that's what you're interested in, and you can either add them to a working set that you can save in your workbench, or you can run an analysis directly on your results. So let's say you'd like to align these sequences, you can click on Align Sequences. If you'd like to look at the sequence variation between them, you can click on Analyze Sequence Variation. If you'd like to generate a phylogenetic tree, you can just directly click on that. Or if you simply just want to download them to your own computer for further analysis, you have that option as well. So that's it for the ortholog protein search, and I hope you found this helpful.